Good morning, guys. It's Paula, and it is December 15th, and I am going to be working in my December daily with pages 11, 12, and 13. Hopefully, we can get through all of those. I've got them kind of prepped, and we'll go from there. So, a lot of these days, you know, I told you in the beginning that I don't have a lot going on because Rick and I are retired, but it's fun to just decorate. And sometimes I'll journal a little something if I think that there was something in that day. But, so the last one we did was the angel. And I did go back and add a little bit of yellow and a little bit of different color to her hair. And then, of course, the Santa, and then the little angel card with my little angel Charlie. Okay, so we're going to start with day 11, okay, and there's quite a few pieces with this one, starting with this big gold, which is real lightweight. It came in a package. And the reason I'm putting it on the background is just because, you know, part of it is I kind of got this ideal in my head, and my thing is if I can't journal about something that happened that day, then I start thinking, okay, how can I make something kind of childlike, you know, because Christmas is not just for children, but I feel like is mostly for children. And so that's kind of what I have in mind. So I'm going to glue this as far from the binding as possible. That way it doesn't get any more chunkier than necessary down in the binding. But this is that real lightweight, I don't want to say cheap, but you know, it comes in a package, like at Hobby Lobby or something, you know. And it's the thinner stuff, which makes it nice because then you can not have as much bulkiness in your book. Okay, so then the next thing I want to do is put this happy card on here, and you're probably thinking, why on earth would she put that happy card on there? Well, you know, my book colors, my papers, you know, started out with the pink and the blue and the kind of not really a true green, but I just decided that I would just do something different. And so we'll see how it turns out. Now I'm going to kind of center this in the middle here. And I don't know if it's going to end up perfect because I'm not over the top of it, but as long as it's close enough. And so you want to just make sure you get all your edges down. So we did an angel, so I thought, well, you know, we should do a tree. And I don't know if we've done a tree or not yet. Let me look back. We did the angel. We did quite a bit of angel stuff. No, we haven't done a tree. So I thought we'd do a tree today. And it's terrible, but I couldn't even remember. We've done so much. And my husband's out Christmas shopping today. I mean, the last 2 days we've been busy, and that's why I haven't had a video up. And so I thought, while he's doing that, I'm going to get a video going. So we're going to glue some more of the gold in the middle where it says happy. We're going to cover that up. So really, we just use that journaling card as kind of a mat. Might as well get some use out of it, right? Although happy's a good word for Christmas. Everybody seems to be pretty happy at Christmas time. And so this is how the outside, this is like kind of like the background that we just got on here. And I pre-did all of this so that you guys, it took me forever to decide how to do this background. And I just wanted something different. So I decided, rather than make you sit and watch me cut stuff out, I just pre-do it and we could talk along the way. I hope you guys are having a good Christmas season. You know, if you're like us, we're trying to figure out what to get the grandchildren. It's not easy when they get older. We've got, the two girls are 11, and they're not quite as hard as the two boys. The boys, you know, they get into that gaming stuff, and you're not going to get off cheap with the gaming stuff. Okay, so I took an old music sheet, and I just folded it in half. And I just cut it like a tree, like you would an old heart or some, you know, like if you wanted to do a heart and cut it out. So I just cut it the shape of a tree. And the first time I got it too big, so then I just did it again. Then I inked around the outsides just a little bit and then kind of inked down here to make this portion look like a trunk. Now I am going to bring this down as far as I can. I started off, I was going to do it right in here, but I didn't want to keep making my tree smaller and smaller because I want to put a topper on the tree, and in order to do that, I had to make my tree go down lower on the page, but that's okay. Okay, now I'm just kind of, I'm not going crazy with glue because, you know, a lot of this stuff's pretty lightweight. Woo! And I also have some things, you know, that are kind of like you know, some of my favorite little things for days that I don't journal that I can just stick in here. And I don't know why I came up with the tree. I think because this is an angel kind of themed book, and I was thinking other ways we use angels. And one of the ways that we use angels is on our Christmas tree as a tree topper. Let me get hold of this tree before it decides to attach wherever it feels like attaching. I'm wanting to kind of make sure I get it centered here. And that's not quite centered, but it's good enough. You can tell by here that it's not quite centered, but that's not my big deal. My big deal is just to try to keep it out of the binding. So it's centered enough for over here. Okay, so then, of course, I just said that I wanted to put an angel on the top of the tree. And, you know, I've had this little package of angels, but unfortunately they were silver. And I had been doing a lot of silver, and I was tired of it, so I decided it didn't matter that she had silver. Her hair and her halo are gold, kind of a gold color. So I decided it was okay. And you know what? The most fun tree to me as a child was everything being different colors. You know, and then as we get older, we think we have to make everything matchy-matchy. But honestly, you know, and I know that kids like a variety. Okay, so we've got this little angel. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. And I'm going to set the little angel here on top, up as high as I can, but still make her look like she's a tree topper. Is that not cute? I do think she is holding a gold star, which is perfect. So I thought that would be cute, holding a gold star. Making sure everything is adhering because she's a little bit dimensional. Okay, so then I thought, well, what are we going to do now? We got this far. Well, I was trying to think where we need to put our number. And, you know, I did the number in pink because I thought we got to do something. We put pink in the background, right? So maybe we'll put the number here. I'm not sure. I never really decided on where the number could go. Because if we put it over here, it's going to be too far in to the spine. So let's think on that while we add some stars. This little angel set had some stars. And I thought, these little stars will never get used, so I might as well put them on the tree. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to put them on the tree. And I have no order for these little these little stars. So I'm just going to start with the big ones and make sure they get separated. I think I probably had more stars when I planned this out than I do now. I'm sure they've slid under things. We'll see. I think we have plenty. Instead of putting Christmas balls on the tree, I thought these little stars would look cute. Can you guys see okay? Good. And we have one more bigger size. Yeah, I can tell that we had more to start with. There's no telling where they ended up, you guys. You know how it is when you do multiple things on your desk. Like I had been working on my design team project, which I am not quite finished with, but let's put this one down here. Okay, I just dropped one and I don't know where it went. It's no telling. Let me back away and see if it fell on the floor. Well, I don't see it unless it's under the table. Hold on. I've had stuff slide under there. Well, I guess we're one star less again, so that's all right. As I find them, I'll stick them on there. I know I started out with way more than I've got right now. So I'm sure they're mixed in or stuck to something on the table. And that's okay. We'll find them. And if we have to, we can add some sequins on here. I know I have sequins that are gold, but I also have silver sequins. So, yeah, I could tell by looking at this stack that there was a whole lot more. Oh, I just found it. Oh, my word. Life is funny. It was just flipped over on the table under the tassel on the bottom of my, here it is. It's so tiny. Can hardly get hold of it. So we only have 2 left. So we have to decide where we need them the most. I think we're going to need one in here. Right? And let's see, where do we want this last one? And then I'll grab some sequins. I think right here. And maybe along the way, I think I have some star sequins too. Let me grab them. Luckily, they're right here. not far away. I know that I have, or I say I have gold. I don't know if I do or not. I know I have some, what other colors are we using? We're using pink. I know I have pink. I don't have silver, but I have white. I have green. I have some green. You think we should use green or go with the pink? I think we should go with the pink. Let's just do it. You want to? Let me close up this lid and get my other bottle out and get my little sequins crystal thing that holds up the, if I can get it open. Every time I use this, I have to figure out how to open it because I don't use it all the time. Okay. Oh, I just discovered that we do have some gold. Let me see what's... Oh, it's gold hearts. We don't want hearts. That's too much like Valentine's Day. For some reason, I thought I had some stars at one point. But every time I look, it's instead of stars, it's hearts. Oh, well. I have a little bit of red, too, but let's look here. I've got lighter and darker. So we want to go with the darker, don't you think? Let's do that. Let me open this up so that they don't fly everywhere. We don't want them to go everywhere. Okay, so there's kind of a mix of pink. Like, look, they're already on me. 2 or 3 were already gathered on my hands. I used to buy quite a few sequins, and now I've kind of gotten where I don't buy as many. Let's put a few little dots on here. Little dots of glue. Now, when you do sequins, you can do 2 or 3 at a time with this little thing. It's awesome. Okay, we have pink in here. Getting hold of a pink one is going to be fun. That's the fun part, is first of all seeing them. I might have to go to one that has nothing but pink. But I thought this would be fun because they're different colors of pink. There we go. Stay on there. Stay on there. Okay, and then let's see if we can find another one. There's one. Come on out of there. You can't get in a hurry when you do sequins. One thing I know for sure, you can't get in a hurry. Because they control it. They have a lot of static going on. And you know, you keep grabbing for one and then it hides under another one. Come on. There it goes. You don't want to get this tip, the rubber tip, stuck down. Now that we can add a few more. See, that's adding a little bit of pink. That helps with the number being pink, you know, by putting and then we'll put one over here. So, if we can get hold of them. I gotta stir it around to find the ones. It's kind of a mix package. and it has pink. It has a couple different pinks. And, whoops. Sorry, just dropped my little stick. Has a couple different pinks. I think like on that one, looks like it's almost, I don't know what the deal is on that one. It has, let's put it up here. Let's put it up here. Okay. I don't know what it's got, like a little bent area in the back. You know, where they poke the holes out. I wish they'd just start making their sequins, and they may have by now. I haven't bought any in so long, but making them where they don't even have the hole in them, you know, just for this type of thing. There's one. And let's see. Come on out of there, big guy. Whoa. He actually cooperated. I kind of took the glue off of this one. Let's see. Is there any other place? I think we're doing good right there. Let's find one more. If we can get lucky enough to find one that size. And to actually get hold of it, because look at all these. There's one right there. Come on. Come on. He went all the way to the bottom. Got to stir him up and see if I can get him back to the top. I know he was there. I saw him. Oh, there he is. Ah, how lucky. Got lucky on that one. So do you think we need any place else? The only place I'm thinking is here. And maybe there. We might as well do it while we're here, right? Because we know down the road, they're not going to stay on here forever. That's the sad thing. That's the sad spot. That's the sad part. Okay, right there's one. Some of them are a little bit smaller, but that's all right if we can just get hold of them. I started using sequins mostly for cards, and then I did start using them on my granddaughter's pages a little bit. Okay, so I've got this guy, but he keeps wanting to flip over. There he goes. One more. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh, there's one. If I can get hold of him. I think he's a little smaller. That's all right. He can be the odd duck in the group. I got a few sequins everywhere, so they may show up every once in a while on something. So what do you think? Now we got to decide where we want to put our number. And I'm thinking that we could put it in the same spot that we were just talking about. Let me close my glue real quick so it doesn't dry my tip out. I love these little fine line standard fit things you can add. Yeah, I think we need to stick with right there as far over as we can. That way it doesn't get down in our binding. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Okay, I'm just going to hold it for a second. It's the thing I love about fabric glue or Fabri-Tac. You don't have to Don't have to wait very long. Now, let's see if I can get this one on here centered with the other one. Or lined up with the other one, I guess I should say. Let me hold it up a little bit. Because of the background, it kind of makes it a little wonky looking, but I think it's close enough. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to put my sequins tool up. Move the sequins out of the way. If I can get the lid closed. Okay, so pick up the extra sequins floating around. Okay, so there is page 11. Let me turn it this way so you can kind of see page 11. Nothing fancy. That's the thing I like about doing this too, I've discovered, is that it doesn't have to be fancy. And you're going to find out what I mean because we're about to do this other side. When I first started doing junk journals and I first started going to vintage shops, I found a children's Christmas carols book. I'm trying to get my paper ready for my next one here. And it was pretty good size. And I didn't have anything extraordinary going on the 12th either. I didn't go anywhere, do anything. I'm a homebody. I'd rather be in my craft room than any place else. If I go anywhere, it's usually Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I'll run into the store to pick something up. But it's, you know, through the week. My husband works through the week, and so, you know, he's tired when he gets home. And so we just, you know, if we do anything at all, it's usually on the weekends. Unless we're watching one of the kids or something, you know. Okay, so this children's carol book, I don't know if you remember back here all these angels that I did and where I dedicated the little book to Charlie. See these little angels? Those came out of this same book. And this book, this that I'm going to put on here now is very old. It's got Scotch tape across it. This is the cover. You can see the little angels are on the back. But I loved this old vintage looking front of the book. And I had to cut it way down. I cut all the junk out of it so that it could fit right on here. And so this is going to be number 12, day 12. And all we've got to do for this, because I measured and cut it beforehand, is we just have to glue it down and glue our number down. Now, this probably will not last throughout the years that long because it's already pretty old. You know, I'll show you what the pages in the book look like. I didn't actually use them in any of my books because they were so brown and so crunchy. But the cover, this cover and the other little angels that I did, they came off of the back of the cover. And the cover was in the best condition of all. So I think we've got all the corners, which is, I'm sure we're going to have glue leakage because I bet quite a bit. I didn't want it to go anywhere since it was covering a whole page. And great, I just found 2 sequins down inside here. Hopefully they didn't, they fell off. It's because I closed the book. I'll fix them later. Okay, so this does have to go down into the binding a little bit, and then we'll pull it up to fit the outside as much as we can. We might see a little bit of white trim around the outsides of this. But I love this little picture of these little kids singing in the choir. And I have some vintage choir pictures that I plan on using at some point too. I think I'm going to use my Tim Holtz ruler down in here to see if I can't get it to kind of hold down the part in the spine that keeps wanting to pop up. Okay, now I just knocked off those two sequins, and I think it was the glue that I used was not really, I should have used a stronger glue. So I'm just going to use some Fabri-Tac to put them back on. And if I have trouble with the others, I'll do the same thing. That's the thing, is like if you do multiple days, it's real easy to mess up a day if it's not completely dry, you know. Come on down. There we go. There we go. Okay, let me get a wipey. Getting kind of gooey on the end of my... Let me see how we're doing in the... If we're in... I want you to see how cute. Is that not adorable? I love it. This is one of my very favorite things of the whole book. But let me show you what... Let me get one. If I can remember what I did with them. There's one. I had cut out several things out of the book that I thought I would use, but I didn't end up using because look how yellow and worn out. You can tell it's just, I love this, how they're singing through the window. And anyway, that's one of the better looking pages. And you can just tell the quality of the paper is so different than what, you know, you would normally see. Now, I had picked out silver for number 12 on here. But looking over here, I guess that helps because there is the angel. Do you know what I'm saying? So we could put silver here for number 12. I think that's what we'll do. So let's go ahead and put number 2 on first. Okay. Put it right here. To hold these down, these are, I just had chose not to do paper numbers, that I wanted something with dimension. And I had planned to just go in and get gold and silver. Of course, when you get glue on these, it's not too much fun. It's wanting to... Came off my finger, I'm sure. But it's coming off. There we go. A little bit down here. They didn't have it in gold, and so it kind of, what's happening is I'm pulling glue up from where it's leaking from around the the number. That's all right. Okay, now we'll do number 1. These silver ones have adhesive on the back, but I'm still adding glue because I just don't trust anything to stay on. The others are just wood, and which has kind of been nice because you can paint them. And like this is on the number 11 over here. It is a excuse me. It's a marker, a sparkly marker. And the only thing is as your numbers get bigger, so do the space it takes, you know, has to be bigger. Pardon me, guys. I'm sorry. Looks like I got some glue leaking over here onto some other pages. Guess I better get that before it decides to stay there permanently. I didn't notice that. So on the 13th, which is going to be the next page, my granddaughter it wasn't a Christmas program, but it took the place of their Christmas program. In her little musical theater group, you know, sometimes they'll put on a play, sometimes they'll just, you know, do different things. But she had the finale song, and the ensemble was behind her, picking up parts of it, and she loved that she had a headset on. She thought that was pretty cool to be able to wear a headset. You could see the thing in her back pocket, and she did really, really good for her first solo. I mean, very, very good. She didn't mess up at all, and we were so proud of her. And I'm sure there'll be more solos in her future. If she's anything like her mama. My daughter is a fabulous singer. And I know a lot of mothers say that, but she was a fabulous singer. Still is. And she sings, I haven't seen her sing in church in a while, but she has led church music, and she's a very energetic, upbeat. I mean, she sings serious stuff too, but you have fun when she sings. Of course, her dad and I have fun the whole time. When she was young, we had her, she was in every music thing you can imagine. She won school talent shows and pageants and just everything that they could do, anything that involved talent. Like the pageants was just to get to do the talent. And although she was good at it all, she earned scholarships and so forth on her voice, which was nice. She'd probably kill me for talking about it, but that's all right. Her friends aren't watching. Anyway, so there we have page 11 and 12. These are both days that I really didn't have anything to journal, so I thought I'd just decorate the page. So let me turn this one this way so you can see their sweet little faces. And so we will move on to, let me see how many minutes we are. I think I'm going to stop this video and then start a second one so that we can actually do a second day. So I will see you in the next video for day 13 and 14. You guys have a good day. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. We'd love to have you. Bye now.